systems out there. Yahoo has one. Outlook has its own. But Gmail, maybe you want to create a public calendar where people can access it. Your clients can access it. Maybe you want to create a meeting calendar within a community or for a homeowners association. Lots of different ways to use the Google Calendar, but now you can create private calendars, multiple calendars, and these are all stored in the cloud, meaning if your computer hard drive dies, if you leave your house and your computer is left at home and you're 100 miles away, the benefits of having this stuff all in the cloud and everything I'm showing you is not on my hard drive. It is available. We are live right now, folks, on the internet. They call that the cloud. So the Google Calendar along with the Google email, I would say, would be a huge benefit and a huge tool in today's Google Bootcamp. So you've got your email. Now you've got your information, and here's another great cloud tool, voicemail. Having that voicemail available. What I love about Google Voice is that it gives me a local number. I'm able to receive all email or voicemails via an email. So when you leave, now the conversion is not that great, folks. This is definitely not what this person said. But what's nice is they give me not only the converted text file, but I get the audio. So right now if I play this, let's see if it will play. I'm pushing my limits here.
Hi, Brad. This is Louisa Millington again. Just calling to let you know I found what I was
So it's Louisa who's actually on our call today. So you can see it gives me not only the text converted format of her email voicemail, but it allows me to actually forward this via an email to somebody else if I needed to send this to an assistant, to another department. So Google Voice is free. I like that I can make a phone call right now, right from here. If I wanted to call somebody on this webinar, I just type call and put in that phone number. I can text somebody right here. Folks, this doesn't cost anything. So now I have my email, I have my voicemail set up, I'm able to search. Here's another great tool. What if I don't want to just use voice? What if I want to use chat or video? Now some of you have iPhones and FaceTime and what's that other, everybody uses it for a live chat. Google has its own video and voice plugin. So now if you need to video conference, let's say like I was in New York City and I need to do a conference call with Louisa and maybe Laura's up in Seattle, Washington, or Bellevue, or maybe she's in Texas visiting. We've got a client that's in Nebraska, snowed in, and wants to take a look at a property or negotiate a transaction. You can bring everybody onto the call with Google Voice, or I'll show you another tool in a minute, Google Hangouts. But having video and voice plugin, this is all free tools that you could be using with your clients both locally and nationally. And again, these tools from Google, they're all free, folks. Now, as a business goes, a lot of these things you're going to be using. So for example, I showed you got your email, then you got your calendar set up, you've got your voicemail. Thanks, Lori, for that. It was Skype. A lot of people using Skype. And I'll also say this, for every Google tool I'm sharing with you today, there's probably 20 other companies or apps doing the same type of a thing. The reason I'm sharing this in a Google Bootcamp is because Google is providing this entire suite of tools, but again, it is about preference. You're going to want to make sure that it works for all of your needs. Skype is a great tool. I use it on my iPad and my iPhone, but I do like the Google Video and Voice plugin, especially when I'm doing Hangouts. So now you got your email, you got your calendar, you got your voicemail. Check this out. If any of you have ever purchased Microsoft Office, you know what I'm talking about. That's a $600+ suite of tools. It gives you what? It gives you Microsoft Word, it gives you Publisher, it gives you PowerPoint, it gives you Excel, and this is every bit as much, I think, as good as, well, it's not, I mean, if you're a programmer and you're going to be designing stuff, you probably want to go a little deeper, but Google Docs, which is now referred to as Google Drive, is powerful. I have been using this for years, folks. I can keep things private, or I can share them with all of you on the cloud. I can go in right now and create a similar to a word processing document or something like you would in Word, or I can create a PowerPoint presentation. I can create a spreadsheet using all the formulas and calculations I would in Excel. I can create forms that I can embed into documents. Like I can go in and create a blog post on my Premier Agent website that allows you to check the things you're interested in my area, and it's an online form that comes directly to me through letting your customers access it via my website or my blog. I can do drawings, I can create folders, I can share them publicly, I can keep them private. You can see I've been using some of this stuff. Here's one I did back in March 15th of '09. Here's back 9/11 of '08 when I was on Active Rain. I think I even go back further than that. I think '08 was when I started using, yeah, '08 would be the earliest document I have that's publicly out there. But Google Docs, now known as Google Drive, what a great way to create tools that you can use with your clients, forms, documents, you can collaborate. And the best part, once again, is it's free and it's in the cloud. So if today I lost my hard drive, knock on wood that would never happen, I will not lose any of these documents. I will not have to restore or find or panic, because they are all in the cloud. I can access from any computer that has internet access. I can also download Google Drive to my computer so that I can just drag and drop things to access them in the cloud later. It's an easy way to back up your stuff. So now we got email, calendar, voicemail, documentations, drives. What about all those photos you've been taking? Now, I personally like a site called Flickr. I want all my best photos up on the cloud to share with my friends and family. And in case I ever lose that box of pictures or that camera or that hard drive, Picasa is owned by Google, and now you can put all your pictures up on the web. You can tag them. It even has face recognition, so as you add new pictures of pets and people and places and things, Google automatically will recognize and put those people and places and things into categories. Picasa, great storage site for your photos. Let's keep going, because I'm going to start getting into some more powerful stuff. Obviously, your videos. So now we're talking pictures, email, videos. These are the most important things in your life and in business. YouTube is owned by Google. YouTube allows you to upload at no cost, unlimited amounts of video, no matter what it's about. I mean, you want to follow their terms and guidelines and rules and regulations, but there is no better site. Google owns YouTube. YouTube is, I think, second or third most searched website in the world, and you should definitely have a channel. This allows you to get subscribers. As you can see, people can subscribe to you, and the more views, the more times people watch your videos, that accumulates into a huge number. I'm fortunate. I've had over 57 million views so far on YouTube. But by adding my content on YouTube, it's in the cloud. I can now share those videos. I can create playlists. I can create channels where if I want to have a Zillow channel, a Google channel, Apple channel, real estate channel, if I have guest speakers or training videos or the best listings on the internet, things I find I want to share with those following me or subscribers. It's a very powerful tool, and it's free. I do an entire session just on YouTube. But again, you do have to have an account for all these things I'm sharing with you. Even Google+. Now, Google+ is kind of like the Facebook competitor, but the one thing I'll tell you I love about Google+, and again, we can do an entire webinar just on Google+, but what I will say is that I love Google+ because I can start a video chat now with anybody on the side here. So I can either type chat with Lynn or Bob or John or Al, and some of you might even be on this call right now as I scroll down and look on here, see who's online. But the best part I love is being able to go in and start a Hangout. A Hangout is when you can bring these people up live via their camera. fact, we're going to start doing some Google Hangouts here at Zillow Academy, where I'm going to bring in hopefully people like Louisa and Laura and maybe even Lori Ross and others to do a hangout and have a virtual conversation and talk about real issues, real things happening in real time in your markets, and try to find solutions and brainstorm together and make, make decisions together instead of just feeling alone, like, am I the only one that's dealing with the lack of inventory? What am I going to do to get more listings? Or what if you're one of those people that says, you know what, I need to make X amount of dollars in the next 30 days or I'm in trouble. Getting ideas and collaborating with other people. Google Hangouts, there's nothing better. I just posted a video on Active Range showing a bunch of realtors that got together and did a hangout. Very, very powerful. Lots of other tools you can do. Like I said, it's kind of like Facebook, except I believe that Google Plus is a little bit more no-nonsense. You can't poke people here. You can't trade farm animals on Google Plus. You can't play Bejeweled. You can create communities. You can create business pages. You can put people in circles, and people will put you in circles, and you can, connect with people and share information and stuff. We're going to do an entire class just on Google Plus showing you how to connect with people all over the country, how to connect with consumers and grow your business. Google Plus is very powerful, folks. This is one of those Google tools I don't think is going to be going away anytime soon. Now, some of you are really going to love this next one. A lot of people will ask me, Brad, where do you get this stuff? How do you find out about this? How do you know so much? Do you ever sleep? It goes on, and those of you who have known me for any length of time, you know that I cheat. I use Google Reader. This is kind of like, remember the newspaper boy or girl that would ride by on a bicycle, and you'd hear your newspaper hit the door, and you'd grab your coffee in your robe, open the door, reach down and grab the paper and go and sit and read the paper. Google Reader is the newspaper boy for me. Google Reader goes out to all the different sites I like App Shopper and iPhone News, Mashable, and all the SEO stuff I learned, and all about Seth Godin and Mashable and 1000-Watt Blog and My Tech Opinion and TechCrunch. All of these sites, I subscribe to them. Chris Brogan, all these folks are wonderful, influential, very knowledgeable, experienced people who I look up to as mentors and I learn from. I can't get through 5 articles today just looking at these articles, through my reader without being inspired or actually having content to create and write about myself. What I like about Google Reader is I don't have to go out onto the web to all these websites you see here on the left-hand side. These are all websites I like. There's no way I could go visit all these websites each and every day. So what I do is I subscribe to them using an RSS feed, and then I use Google Reader to, I guess they call it curate it, curates everything to me in a single page. Right here, as I scroll down, so I believe this is going to be my Mashable, site. So let's go find Mashable so I can show you how this works. Here's Mashable. See, I've got 1,000 articles just in Mashable. Here's an article. 1 month later, Facebook Poke drops out of top 700 apps. So the Poke is going away. As I scroll down, I say, well, that's nice, but I'm not interested. That's a huge Bible, Joe Biden. Okay, now my numbers will start dropping on Mashable. But I have to go through it, and now I get to pick based on the title and a quick glimpse, just using my scroll mouse, of what articles I want to read, what I want to keep up with. How does Brad keep up with all this stuff? This is it. Photo proves that reading and love are fundamental. So I can go in and I can pick the stuff that's interesting to me. I can bypass the stuff that I don't care about. What's this one? 13 what? Strategic ways businesses can use coupon codes. Interesting. Can you use coupon codes in real estate? I doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. Giant Mars. So as I'm looking through Mashable's content, and as you're using this as a tool, imagine the hours and days and actually months I save scouring the web for interesting information that I'm attracted to because it's all coming to me in a single reader. Here's an interesting article. Apple to launch an iPhone with the 4.8-inch screen in 2013. How many of you knew this? That's what I'm talking about. So I could go write an article right now talking about this new launch. Let's talk about more Google tools for business. Here's one you're all going to love. It's called Google Alerts. All you have to do is type in your name, and now you're going to get email notifications if anybody ever types anything with your name in it. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get an email alert. Check this out. It already found one new result. Make Seattle's East Side your home. Folks, if you're moving anywhere in Seattle, anywhere in the state of Washington in the great Northwest, you need to contact Laura Brodniak. Make Seattle's East Side your home. East of Lake Washington, you'll find Seattle's East Side, many neighborhoods. I would check out this laurabrodniak.com. Now, if I go write an article today on my Active Rain blog, on my Premier Agent website, on my WordPress site, on my web page about Laura Brodniak and Seattle East Side Homes, she's going to get an email alert saying, hey, somebody just wrote something about you. You can go in and pick anything or everything, news, blogs, videos. You can say how often you want to be notified. I would say as it happens, because you want to be able to respond quickly. How many do you want to get? Oh, I only want the best. No, I want everything. And where do I want that delivered? I want that sent in a feed, or to my Yahoo, or to my Gmail, or to my Zillow. So these alerts, people wonder, Brad, how did you know I wrote that? And how come you're the first one to comment? Because I get alerts. I get alerts about my company. How would you use this? Folks, go Google your name. You'll be shocked at how much stuff is out there on the web about you. Also, you can put your company. You want to know what's going on with your company. Also, your competitor. You want to know what your competitor's doing? Get a Google alert. Any topic, any keywords. Now be careful. If you put in a search query like real estate, you're in trouble. You're going to get buried with email because that term comes up all the time. But Google Alerts is free. They notify you via email anytime whatever you're looking for gets posted anywhere on the internet. That is powerful. Another great tool, Google Maps. You've all heard it, you've all seen it, you've all used it, but did you know that you can use Google Maps to plot out open houses for clients to do different property searches? There's a ton of things Google Maps does. Let me show you one thing I know most of you don't know it does. This is just in an area I live in here. If I go in here, I can pull up photos. Look at this. Remember I said pictures and videos are some of the most important things that people like on the web, including you and including your clients. When I click on this little photos link, did you know it posts all the photos that have a hyperlocal, or what we call a latitude and longitude configuration all over the web? Check this out. Forget about the photos. Did you know you can pull up all the videos from YouTube posted around on the web? I show you in the YouTube class I teach here how to get your videos to show up on the web. But look at this, and I'm not just talking about in your backyard. These are all the videos that show up across the web. And if you go into Google or maps.google.com, you're now going to see all the videos. It's taking a while to refresh and load because we have a lot of people on this call. Let's go ahead and pull out so you can kind of see. I'll just do the United States instead of the whole world. But what's cool is you can go in and see all of the properties or all of the videos posted all over the country, all over the world, just because they have a latitude and longitude. But Google Maps, just like Google Earth, is very powerful. Google Earth offers the same thing. The thing I love about Google Earth is that you can actually go down to the street level. Now you can use this little, what they call walking jack or whatever they call them. You can drag him down and drop him at any street level and get a 3D view angle. You'll see it kind of brings you down to the street level. And of course, with this bandwidth that I'm on now, look at I pulled myself down into the middle of middle of the street out in the fields. Perfect place to build a house. Boy, that looks like a nice little location for my next home. Google Earth is nice, but the thing I like about Google Earth is it's got the 3D buildings, and you can literally go to places you've never been in your life and decide if you ever want to go there in real world, in real time, and IRL as they call it. Going to Italy and France and Rome and Spain and Germany, different places around the world. I've actually traveled around the world using Google Earth and seen and been to some of the most fabulous places you could go. And I got to experience, it was just like being there in a 3D world on a big screen using Google Earth. Again, all free tools, great for business. So those are kind of fun, but let's get back into the business side of it. Some of you, you're investors. You're making investments. You have portfolios. Google has a finance page. Google lets you go in and create your own custom finance page. So for example, I'm always checking First American stock. I'm checking Facebook stock. I'm checking Zillow stock. I'm looking at world markets. I want to know information about my portfolios and where my money is going and what's going on. Very, very elaborate. I don't want to get too detailed into this one, but if you have, if you invest in the stock market, if you follow the stock market at all, for those of you who were following me last week, you knew I was at the NASDAQ. Zillow got to close out the NASDAQ Bell in New York City. We had our Zillow appreciation party there. What an awesome, awesome tool this is to be able to go in and literally, I mean, look at, they got portfolios, they got a stock screener, they got your Google domestic trends, a lot of great information for the investors and your business. Now, a lot of people know you can search Google for about anything. You go to google.com, you can type in any words, any phrases, both short tails and really long tail searches. But did you know you can drag and drop images? You can take a picture of yourself and just drag and drop it into this little box right here, and Google now searches for like images. So you have a friend you haven't seen for many, many, many years, a client you've lost and can't find. Take that image, drag and drop it onto Google Images, and let Google do a search based on images to see if they can find that person. Whoa, that's got you thinking. Now you're thinking about that third grade girlfriend or boyfriend that you haven't seen or wonder what happened to, or the client that you sold your first home to 23 years ago and wondering what happened to him. How many of you knew you could do this? Literally take an image from your desktop, drag it onto Google Images, and drop it right here in this box and have it do a search. I hope I'm not preaching to the choir here, because I'm wanting to share the new technology, the new stuff. A lot of great tools here. Let's see, someone's calling me from Oakland, California. They're going to have to be dismissed right now, unfortunately. Here's another great tool. For those of you who have websites, that's great. Some of you have blogs. Some of you have the Premier Agent website. Some of you are on WordPress, Postgres, Tumblr, ActiveRain. It's okay. Did you know that Google has their own blogging platform? Now, WordPress is owned by Yahoo. Blogger is owned by Google. So I've created a few different blogs. It's free. So here's an example, the real estate video blog. But Google allows you to go and create an unlimited amount of niche type or target marketed type blogs, and they're free. The only catch is it'll always end with the word blogspot.com. So for example, my real estate video blog is going to end with realestatevideo.blogspot.com. But let me tell you this, because it is owned by Google, the Google juice is huge. If you go into google.com right now and you search real estate video blog, I guarantee you're going to come up to a site that looks like this, and let's see, it gets quite a bit of traffic, but to my knowledge, I think it ranks #1 on the search engine. This is a real estate video blog. It's all about real estate videos. There's nothing but great. These are my favorite, ultimate videos in the world. Folks, it doesn't cost me anything to rank #1 for the keywords I want to own using this, and all I have to do is take a video I find on YouTube or any site that offers video and say, you know what, I want to share this with the real estate industry. I think this will benefit them. I think this will be helpful, and I know there's an audience for video. You notice there's no blog posts here. These are all simply videos, just video. So hundreds of them, and again, if you go to google.com and search real estate video information or real estate video blog, I should show up on page 1 of the search engine. Again, and you can just go to blogger.com. Again, you'll need to have, obviously a account set up with them. But once you have that account set up, everything I've shown you, you have access to all this stuff via that one account. So that's blogger.com. Now that you have a blog, let me just show you something else that's really cool. And again, I just chose this because I wanted to prove a point a couple years ago when I started this blog, that you could get traffic, build SEO, and get conversions with clients by using something for your specific targeted audience. And this specific blog has worked wonderfully for that. Have any site, and I love this next tool I'm going to share with you. It's called Google's search widget. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Google's search widget allows you to search. So for example, if I were searching for SEO tools, this is a Google search widget. Listen folks, this is really powerful. Google created their own search widget. So since it's a Google tool, if you install their tool on your website or blog, what's it going to do? Well, watch. If I install Google's search tool on my page and I do a search using their tool, the little spiders and the little indexers and whatever you call those little things that go run over to Google and tattletale, what do? I search for SEO tools, I click on search, and this little tool runs back to google.com and says, Google, they're using our tool, We need to see what's on there. We need to make sure our tool's working. And they all come running over, and then Google comes running to my website and says, oh boy, we better index this site to make sure that our tool is working effectively. Folks, don't do this if you've only written 1 or 2 blog posts on your website. Use the Google search tool when you've got 10, 20, 100, 25 at least 25 to 30 articles written on your blog, because Google's going to come over and index your entire website and blog so that their tool works effectively. Remember, it's their tool. They created it. They want it to work. Where did I get this tool? Simple. You just go back over here to Google search, and I just went into Google and I said Google search widget for websites, and it looks like this. You can get the widgets. You can have the widget search just your page, or you can give people the option to search your page or the web. But having a Google search widget on your website is a very powerful free tool, and it's a great way to get Google to come over to your site and see what you're doing and index your stuff. Now, while we're talking about blogs and indexing, this is the most technically advanced I'm going to get on today's webinar. This is called Google AdWords, and I'm not telling you to go buy AdWords. What I am showing you is a tool that will allow you to search what people are typing in the search engine. Look, if you knew what people were searching for in your area regarding real estate, wouldn't you want to be providing the answers and that information? It's pretty simple. If we knew what people were typing in the Google search box right now, we wouldn't have to guess. Well, you don't have to guess anymore, because this Google keyword tool, that's what it's called, it's right over here, Google keyword tool, lets you search a word or a phrase, tells you if it's a low, a high, or a medium searched term or word, and then tells you around those words, similar words, or what people are actually typing and looking for in your area as they are around in the national and global arena. So what Google keyword tool allows you to do is create the content that people are looking for. So I might type San Francisco real estate, and what people are searching for actually, which is the highest search in San Francisco, is homes for sale in San Francisco. Oh wow, here I've been thinking it's real estate in San Francisco, because that's what I would search, real estate in San Francisco, but no. People are searching for homes for sale or condos for sale. So now I'm going to start writing content that's going to have the title Homes for Sale in San Francisco, California. If you're looking for homes for sale in San Francisco, and then I'm going to start ranking higher in the search engines. Now, This is, like I said, this is a little bit deeper. This is a little bit more technical because we're talking about search engine optimization and the search engine results pages. But if you're wanting to know what people are looking for on Google in your area and around the world, use the keyword tool. This is like a roadmap to success if you're blogging. Lots of people asking questions. I promise I'm going to get to those in a moment. And I'm also going to be providing you with a link to everything I am sharing with you. Now, Google also lets you create websites. I created one just a while back just to show you what they look like. If you just go to sites.google.com, again, you have to have an account, just click on Create. I just created one called Brad Anderson just to show a couple of links, and I didn't put anything special there. I put a little banner. I put some of my recent activity on other sites. I put some links to some of the pages where I'm active. But yes, they also do websites, not just blogs. Let's see, Laura's asking, can Google search widget be put on the Zillow Premier Agent websites once we have enough content? I believe they can because it is an outside widget. You're just going to use the text HTML widget on the dashboard of the Premier Agent website, and I believe you can add that search. But Laura, if I'm not mistaken, it might already be built in to your Zillow WordPress Premier Agent website. So before I commit to saying yes, you can, if it's not already there, I can help you with that. There's actually a how to install widgets video on our Zillow Academy page, and I'll come back to that, Laura, and show you how to get to that. This one, Google Translate. Now anybody can come in here and say, okay, how do I find the website Zillow? And I'm dealing with an investor who's in Spain. So maybe I want to convert something to French or to Spanish. Or this is really cool too because you can listen. I love that. But more than this, folks, what I like is their actual widget translator. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On the site, I do a lot of different testing, and I try to make and break this website. This is just my personal kind of have fun, but I do a lot of testing here. On Brad's domain, I noticed one day down here at the bottom that I was getting traffic from a lot of different locations. And to me, this was a real eye-opener because I thought only people in the United States who were in real estate might be looking at my site. Well, this isn't a site I pitch. I do training on here. I do test API data. I test plugins. I test HTML and CSS formatting and stuff you don't even want to know about or hear about. But what I found when I installed this little cluster maps is that there were people all over here and all over here and all over the world that were visiting this site. Not only was I at first amazed, I mean, I was honored and humbled that they were, but it made me realize something that, you know, these people here, maybe these people here, maybe these people out here in the other countries and around the world, maybe they don't speak English. So what I did is I went and I installed the Google Translate widget. Let me show you this. I think you're going to love this tool. If somebody's going to come to my site from Russia or from Spain or from France, this little tiny widget right here, see this little thing right up here on the top of the page? It's called Google Translate. Allows me to go in and select any language. I can go in and pick, let's say French. And watch what it does. It will take my entire website and converts everything, including my tabs, my pull downs, my menus, the titles, the font, everything gets converted. Obviously not images, but now my entire blog can be read by somebody who speaks French as a fluent language. Folks, this is a huge, powerful, powerful tool. Somebody who can't read, that Julia Carnahan shares this this story here, and now they can see it in French, what it is. Maybe their English is not their native tongue. Maybe it's not their comfortable language. Over 50 different languages, I could convert my entire site to Spanish with a click of a button. And what this did, folks, is it actually increased the stay time on my website. So again, this isn't something I pitch or I'm trying to grow. This is just a website that through osmosis has acquired a lot of traffic. And I will say I believe it's due to this tool, Buscar, as they say, I guess, in Spanish, and the translator, which allows me to do that. Now, it'd be crazy for me to go on and not tell you about how to have some fun. Google has another tool I have to share with you called Google Play. For those of you spending hours taking your favorite music and syncing it to your iPhones and your Androids and to your iPods and iPads and putting the CD in here and syncing it there and connecting the cable, stop it. You don't have to do that anymore. Google Play will go into your iTunes, pull every song you've ever uploaded, and put it in the cloud, and you can now access it from any device without taking up storage on your device. This is a pretty cool tool. I love this. There's another one I'm going to share with you too I think you're going to like, but Google Play lets you access all your favorite music from the cloud without eating up space on your device. So for example, like here's a lot of my different music that I have all on my iTunes and playlists, but now it's pulled it up onto the cloud so I could be in New York City without my iPhone, without any of my devices, and I can literally go onto a website in the hotel room and pull up any song I want to hear from the web. I think this is great technology. Again, it's stored in the cloud. I don't have to worry about the time it takes to upload and download and sync. It's just accessible as long as I have internet access. And we pretty much have internet access anywhere and everywhere we go nowadays. Now, there is one other one I'm going to tell you about. This is a fascinating tool, and it's called Google Print. I think it'll pop up here. Yes, it's called Cloud Print.
Yeah.
This is amazing. In fact, I wrote a blog post not long ago about this. You can now print anything from anywhere, from any device, under any circumstance, as long as you have internet connection. If you're in business and you've ever been at the hotel, or like I was just in New York, and if I needed to print a rental application back at home and have my wife send it out in the mail, you need to look at this. This is just amazing technology. Everything I'm showing you is free. Nothing here will cost you a penny. And having Google Print from the cloud on any device, from any device, is just, I mean, I can hardly fathom the thought of how this happened. I remember when the fax machine came out. I'm dating myself, I know, but I remember when the fax machine launched. I was fascinated how this piece of paper could go through that machine, come out that same piece of paper 5,000 miles away in real time, literally in a minute later, within 60 seconds. It just blew me away. How this stuff works isn't important. We're not, you know, what we would call technically, what's the word I'm looking for? We're tech dependent. Tech dependent is the word. I'm not technically literate. I'm more technically challenged because of some of this stuff. But if you ever need to print anything from anywhere, this is your best resource out there. Now, what I've covered, folks, is a couple of fun things, a couple of business things. I don't have time to cover everything. I got less than 10 minutes left to wrap this up. What I will tell you is there are hundreds of products. I said there was going to be over 50. So we talked about some of these. I'm just on the Google Apps page here. We talked about the search. I didn't talk about Bookmark or iGoogle, but I talked about Chrome. I didn't even show you the toolbar. We didn't even get into really mobile. We talked about YouTube, and we talked about Google Play and the image search, and there's even video search, which I didn't get to elaborate on. What about the geo tools? Google offers Latitude. I talked about Google Earth. You can design 3D models in SketchUps. There's over 50 different things. Here's for home and office. I mentioned the Drive, the calendar, Google Talk, Google Cloud Print, building a site, translating, building your own blog using Blogger, Google Plus. We talked about the Reader, having your own newspaper boy or girl drop this stuff right onto your computer screen every morning. The custom search capability, it goes on and on and on. So the question is, where do you get all this stuff? Let me show you. It's real easy. Just go to Google right now. This is the only thing you're going to need to write down and remember today. And just type in top 50 Google tools for business. Let me repeat that. Top 50 Google tools for business. If you Google that right now, I should come up. I won't be a paid ad, but there should be. I should be at least on the first page. Here it is, top 50 Google tools for business. And these are not only links. I keep this updated, so I don't create a new article. I started this in March of 2011, and I've been building on it since. As Google gets rid of a tool, for example, Google Buzz is gone, so I crossed it out. Oops, my blog is still in Spanish. Let me fix that. I'll go back to show original. Google Buzz, I crossed it out. If the product or tool is now gone, I will cross it out. If Google adds something new that I feel is a worthy tool of your business, I will add it. So I said I was going to give you 50. Google Wave is gone, the Wonder Wheel's gone, Picnic is gone, Google Buzz is gone, but I've replaced it with Google Offers, with Google Code, with Google Cloud Print. So there are now over 58 different links and tools that you can access from a single post with a link, tells you what it is, what it does, and here's a link to the actual product by Google, and it's just 50 Google tools for your business. Now I want to show you on the back end, I was talking to Laura about how to add these widgets like on your WordPress sites. Let's see, this is suspended. Why am I suspended? Oh, I'm not logged in as me. That's why I can't get into that. What we can do, Laura, is I can actually show you how to go into the back end. If you go in here to Zillow Academy and you scroll over here to these recorded webinars, I've created a 60-second video that will walk you through how to add any widget to your Zillow Premier Agent website blog, and it should be right here under, let's find that, right here, number 3 says adding widgets. I scrolled too quickly, give me a second. Where did it go? Where did it go? Here we go. So it's right here under number 3, Premier Agent website tips, to-dos, and how-tos. Adding widgets to your Premier Agent website video. So you could probably add that translator there. You could probably add the Google search widget. Now, on these Premier Agent websites, I know that the JavaScript codes do not work well with the site because Java scripts can be they can jeopardize the integrity and security of the entire network, and so certain widgets are not available. But I believe that the Zillow Agent Press sites already have that. Let's check out a site and look. I know Sarasota, I think they already have built-in search, which is the Google search. Let's see. Yeah, no, this is IDX search here. I'm just checking to see if that's available real quick. Does he have the basic search built in? No, that's a good question. I don't see it as a standard. Maybe he chose not to use it. But there should be a search feature that you can add on the back end. So what I would do, Laura, is I would go into the dashboard of your WordPress site. I would look for the search widget and just drag and drop it on the sidebar, and then you can add it that way. If not, you can follow that video that I was just showing at Zillow Academy, and that'll walk you through how to add any widget to the site. Let's see, any other questions that I've missed? What was the link again? The link for that is if you just Google top 50 Google tools for business, you'll find either an Active Rain blog post that I wrote, or you'll find this one, top 50. But again, remember, this is something, you're welcome, Laura, thank you.